Hello everyone, this is Ram Samdegan. Welcome to all in a Java programming workshop. In this session, we will discuss about another three most important features of Java programming. First one, Java is a distributed. Second, Java is a robust. And third one is Java is a high performance programming language.
Java is a distributed. So now first of all understand what do you mean by distributed. So distributed service which runs in a multiple server and number of client can access it. So now understand practically what is the meaning of this. So generally what happen? We want to work on a structure which is called as a client server architecture. Like here, take an example. This is a server of your college, and here you install a one application or you install a one software. That software is nothing but college administrative software. College administrative software. So if you want to access this software from anywhere, take an example. There are some departments, suppose CSE department, here IT department, mechanical engineering department. Fine. So these three departments want to access this application which is available remotely somewhere. Take an example. It is this server is physically available in admin section. Fine. So how can we access this application? So here the application is running on server, and from any lab of CSC department, if you are able to access this, from IT department if you are able to access this, if you are access from mechanical department, then such a kind of applications are called as a distributed applications. And by using a Java programming language, we can develop a different distributed application. And the application that's work on a one machine, and from another machine we can access it. That is called as a client server architecture, and Java support to the client server architecture, so that Java is called as a distributed. So this is a feature of Java which is called as a distributed. Java is a distributed. Now, so if you want to build a distributed application, so at that time we need a technology called as a J2EE. We already discussed about this J2EE, which is a Java 2 Enterprise Edition. So with the concept of EJB, RMI, which is provided by the Java, we can build such a kind of application. Some technologies like Servlet, JSP are also useful to build a distributed application. So Java is a distributed. This is another most important features of Java. Priorly, C and C++ not support to this feature, distributed feature. Now by understanding this point, Java add this functionality which is called as a Java is a distributed programming language. Fine. So we will go to the next one. Java is a robust. So now first of all understand what is robust. Robust means simple, powerful, or we can say that rich. So why we call Java is a robust? Why Java is so powerful as compared to the other languages? So it having a three major reason. First, Java provide exception handling mechanism. Number two, Java provide strong library support. And number three, memory management, strong memory management. So now understand one by one what is the meaning of exception handling mechanism. So now let's see practically what do you mean by exception handling mechanism. Or first of all understand what do you mean by exception. So generally what happen when you write a piece of code, when you write a piece of code or program, at the time of compilation, at the time of compilation you got a some message called as the error message, called as the error message. If there is some mistake done by programmer in the code, so at that time you will get the error message from your compiler, from your compiler of that programming language. So that errors occurs at the time of compilation, so that error is called as a compile time error. So which are the compile time error? Generally semicolon missing, right? So syntax error generally, then undefined symbol. So these are the some categories of compile time error. So syntax errors are simply called as a compile time error, the errors which occurs at the time of compilation, which is called as a compile time error. Now there is another category of error. So first one is a compile time error, and second one is called as a runtime error, which is called as a runtime error. So now understand what is the meaning of runtime error. Suppose you written a code in any programming language, and suppose take an example. I will write some logic here. A equals to 10, B equals to 0, and C equals to A divided by B. So take an example, remaining code is correct as per as the complete syntax provided by that programming language. But when you execute this statement at that time, 10 divided by 0, so it will generate a mathematical error, correct? So it your this is a correct code, it does not have any syntax, so your compiler does not generate any error. But at the time of executing your program, you will get some error. That error is nothing but the exceptions. That means the errors which occurs at the time of execution of the program, which is called as a runtime error, and these runtime errors are nothing but the exceptions. But so how to handle this exception? So in a C programming in a C programming language, we will get a functionality from C compiler. But if any runtime error is occur, so it is unable to handle by using a C programming language. But C++ and Java programming language provide one mechanism which is called as a exception handling mechanism. So manually, as a programmer, we can handle that exception. So to overcome or to handle your exception which is come at the runtime, Java provide a strong support which is called as the exception handling mechanism. We have a separate topic of exception handling mechanism. Here we learn what is try, catch, then throws, finally. These are the some keywords. So when we learn with the exception handling mechanism, so we'll understand in more detail. But due to this reason, we can say that Java is a robust. This is a one thing, so that we called as a Java is a robust, because Java provide a strong exception handling mechanism, handling error which occurs at the runtime. Now go to the second one, which is called as strong library support. So as compared to C language, Java provide a large keywords. Java provide a large number of classes, ready-made classes, methods. Methods means functions. In C we called it as a function. In Java we called it as a method. So Java provide a number of classes, Java provide a number of keywords, Java provide a number of packages, inbuilt packages, so that as compared to other programming language, Java provide strong library support. Java provide application programming interface which is not properly available in a C programming language, so that Java is called as a strong, Java provide a strong library support. Now third one is memory management. So priorly we have discussed about this. In Java programming language, we does not need to bother about the concept which is called as a pointer. Pointer is internally handled by Java, and whenever you write a Java program, at that time Java support dynamic memory allocation. Java support a dynamic memory allocation. It does not support a compile time memory allocation, static memory allocation. In Java, whenever we write a code, at that time the memory will be allocated dynamically. And as we know that dynamic memory allocation provide a most important feature, which is a wastage of avoid a wastage of memory. So for that purpose, Java provide a concept which is called as a garbage collector. So by using the garbage collector, Java support a functionality which is called as a dynamic memory allocation, and so that Java is called as a strong Java has a strong memory management system, because Java provide dynamic memory allocation. So these are the three basic reasons so that Java is robust. So first one is Java provide the exception handling mechanism, then Java provide the strong library support, and third one Java provide dynamic memory allocation. Now understand the another feature of Java, that is called as Java is a high performance. So why called as Java is a high performance? Because Java uses just-in-time compiler to enable a high performance. So as we know that, now let me explain again practically. Once we write a Java code, we will give extension r1. Suppose file is r1, so we will give r1.java. This code will be given to a Java compiler. Java compiler compile this code and generate a class file, that is here we will get a r1.class file. Fine. So this file contain a bytecode. This file contain a bytecode. Later we will understand what do you mean by bytecode. And now this bytecode will be given to the Java interpreter, and Java interpreter work with just in time compiler. So when it's work with the just in time compiler, so this bytecode, the content of bytecodes are very easy to convert your code bytecode into the machine code, so that you will take a very less time for converting your bytecode into the machine readable form. And if you reduce this time, ultimately the performance of system will be increased. So your application will take a less time for execution. So why, how it is possible? With the help of just in time compiler that's work with the Java. So basically just in time compiler is a program that turns a Java bytecode, which is program that contain instructions that must be interpreted into instructions that can be sent directly to the processor. So because of this thing, Java is called as high performance. So these are three most important features which is available in Java programming language. So thank you everyone, and next session we will see the grammar of Java. So from next session, most probably we'll start with the programming with the Java. Thank you.